Okay. Right, so let me start off by saying that this is one of the trainings I've got prepared for you. I'm going to be running those trainings much more often. As you know, this Facebook group is not very active. However, I want to use it for trainings purposes. I want to make sure that I'm giving you value in those trainings. So if you've got any ideas in terms of what would you like me to talk about, please either drop me a DM or leave a comment somewhere in the group. And tell me, this is what I want, this is what I need help with. My intention for this is to help you move the needle in your business, to get you unstuck. Because so many people that I work with and I talk to, they tell me on a daily basis, I'm stuck, I don't know where to go. Some people just say very bluntly, I can't afford to work with you. And that's fine as well, because not everyone will be in a position to work with me at the moment. So please make sure that you use what I'm giving you here. This is free advice. This is free training for you. And this will help you because it's packed with value. Make sure you also follow me on Instagram. I've recently started the Instagram game properly. So there's plenty of value over there as well. And Facebook is different to Instagram. And I feel like on Instagram, there's much more value than on Facebook. People don't like value on Facebook for some reason. And on Instagram, it actually is the game changer. So go there, plenty of carousels, plenty of information given to you on a plate. And it's up to you whether you use it or not in your business. If you use it, this is the stuff that I'm sharing with my clients as well, with clients who pay me. Obviously, they get it in a more condensed form, and then they get it with me one-to-one or in a group. But they use the same methodologies. So if you are determined enough, if you're an action taker, if you want to make change in your business and your life, do what I'm telling you here to do, and everything will change for you. Right, so today we're talking about the income ceiling and how to actually smash your income ceiling. The reason why I'm talking about it is because, again, from the clients that I'm working with, this is one of the reasons they come to me with. They say, okay, I'm making X amount of money every month, and for some reason I can't make any more, and I have no idea why. No matter what I do, it just doesn't go in the right direction for me. And so we work on it and we uncover what's happening. And I want to give you the 3 steps that I do with my clients to help them uncover what's happening and how to sort that out for yourself. Before we dive into the actual 3 steps, I want to make sure that I explain to you what an income ceiling is and how it works for you. So an income ceiling is something that you have imposed on yourself. Now, no judgment here, no playing games with your mind to tell yourself I'm so bad, it doesn't work for me. No, be an observer here, stay away from it, emotions to the side, and just observe. Okay, this is what's happening. Why is this happening? This is what you need to find out. Why is the income ceiling happening for you? A lot of people will have they've experienced something in the past that basically put in their head a certain value, a certain amount of money per month that has created the income ceiling for them. And it's not that, if you've got an income ceiling of $3,000, that you will always make $3,000 per month. No, it doesn't work this way. What will happen is you will make $2,000 one month and then $4,000 next month. So it's kind of averaging to 3. But when you look at it, you can't really see it. You can't really see that there's the income ceiling. Now, the signals and the symptoms that something isn't right is you are constantly chasing money and you are not in this position where you feel like, okay, I'm making good money and I'm happy now. You're always chasing, always chasing. This is very likely because your income ceiling is quite low comparing to what you need out of your business. And this is what you need to shift. This is what you need to work on. So how to spot that you've got this income ceiling? And I've already kind of explained it. You need to look into your numbers. Now, you knew I would be saying this. You need to look into your numbers to see trends, to see what's happening. I laugh with my clients very often because I'm a projector in human design and I can see trends, I can see patterns. I can see things other people cannot see, especially when it comes to numbers. And I knew this from like when I started in finance 15, 17, 18 years ago now, but I never knew why. I could see patterns, I could see things that other people couldn't. Now I know I'm a projector and it's my superpower. That's what I do. It's my gift. So the first thing that I would recommend for you to look into when it comes to deciding, do I have an income ceiling or not? Start paying more attention to your numbers. Look into your income per month over the course of the last 6 months, let's say, and see what's happening. Now, if you're running your own business, if you are self-employed, you will be able to spot it. You will be able to see, right, what am I averaging at? What is the most common number I'm getting? This morning I was laughing with a client because she's getting a lot of 4s in her numbers, and 4 is an abundance number. Just for I'll put it in here. But that's exactly what we were doing with my client this morning, looking into, right, what was your income over the last 6 months? What was it average? And what was the most frequent number for you? And this way we realize, okay, there's an income ceiling here. We need to break it. We need to work on it. But unless you look into the numbers, it's very difficult to spot it. My client also actually said to me this morning, I think this is it. Now, thankfully, she works with me. She's been working with me for quite some time now. So she knew that when she says, I think, we will look into the numbers because there's no I think. Numbers just tell you the story. So we did, and she was right. But not everyone is. Majority of people, they think they know what their numbers are telling, but they think based on gut feeling and not what actually the numbers are showing them. So I would invite you to look into what are the numbers really telling me. Look at them without judgment, as I said before. Okay, so you know now what an income ceiling is. Income ceiling will leave you really frustrated in your business because it will mean that it will leave you almost like trapped. Think about it this way, right? You are a flower and you grow in a space that is closed off by something. So as a flower, you want to grow, but there is this lid, there is this ceiling above you, and you cannot go any further. So what happens to the flower? It gets really frustrated because it wants to flourish, it wants to grow, but it doesn't have enough space to do it. There's not enough capacity in the space it's in to grow. The same with you. You want your business to flourish. You want yourself to flourish in the space. But because you've created this income ceiling, it doesn't allow you to do it. So you get frustrated, you get demotivated, you're ready to throw in a towel. All those things happen on a regular basis. If this is you, please leave a comment down in the chat. I want to know that this is you. I want to know that this is what's happening for you as well, because that allows me to help you a bit better with my free trainings. Okay, so the 3 things that I would definitely recommend for you to do if you've got the income ceiling and you want to break it, you're ready to break it. Now, it takes commitment, it takes decision. It will not just happen on its own. You need to decide that you're ready to do it. 95% of people, of business owners, will not make the decision because it requires effort from them. It requires them to take action. And only the most determined ones, the ones who really are ready to succeed, who are really ready to do it, they will do it. Everyone else will say it's too difficult, it's too much work, I don't have time for it. That's money sabotage kicking in, but that's for another story. Money sabotage is not in for today. Okay, so your ceiling is here because you believed something to be true. Someone said something to you, or you heard something on the telly, from hearing in the background things. You've heard something that created an income ceiling for you. And the first task that you need to do is 1, understand what sort of income ceiling are we talking about. Is it 3 grand, 5 grand, 10 grand, whatever it is for you. And 2, understand where this belief is coming from. This belief is so strong that it drives your emotions, it drives your actions, and it drives your results. So unless you actually go down to the bottom of the belief itself, it will be very, very hard to change your emotions, change your actions, and change your results. So we need to understand where is this coming from. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples of what I'm seeing and what actually happened to me in the past. When I was still employed years ago, working in the corporate, I was told that at my kind of level, my position, I could make, I think it was about $3,000 at the time per month. That was the number that recruiter told me. Okay, so I was looking for a new job. I wanted more money, but the recruiter told me $3,000. I ended up with a job that was higher than this per month. So I kind of proved the recruiter wrong. However, the seed was planted in my head. Now, it was years ago, so I wasn't on this personal development journey yet. I didn't understand what happened. But when I quit that job, that was my final employed job at the time, I quit and I started my own business. And something weird was happening with my income. It was kind of oscillating in the region of 3K. And I couldn't understand why. I just didn't know what was happening and why was it happening until I actually did the work. So I knew my numbers. I knew there was something about 3K that was stopping me from going for more. And it was then when I discovered, back to the conversation with this recruiter who told me 3K is my ceiling. So my brain assumed that 3K is the maximum I can make. And my nervous system just took it on board for my business and assumed that 3K is the maximum I can make in my business. Now, when I knew this was what was happening, I could create a new story. I could reframe it. But it would be very hard for me to reframe it if I didn't know where it was coming from. And the same for you. I want you to, one, work out what this income ceiling number is for you, and then two, reframe the story that relates to it. I spoke to someone very recently, and she's got a healing business. Fabulous person, and she does amazing, amazing work with her clients. As for many people, her goal was to create 10K months, which she did. She had a 10K month, I think in November or December last year. But she's not had this 10K month ever since. And I spoke to her and we tried to uncover what was happening, why was it? And she said a very interesting thing at some point. She said that the 10K month, that was last year, meant she almost burnt out. She was so busy, she just absolutely couldn't sustain this level of intensity in her business anymore, and she almost collapsed. And since then, she wasn't getting close to 10K. She was kind of 5, 6, maybe 7, but nowhere near the 10K. Why? Because she created a story in her head that for her to get to 10K, she will very likely burn out. It will be hard work. She'll have a lot of people to serve. So she created this income ceiling for herself, and she just couldn't break it. It was not possible for her to go even anywhere close to 10K. Look for things like this in your business. Do you have any examples of this in your business? Has this affected you? Have you heard something? It's very easy for therapists, for healers, for people who know they are here to serve. It's very easy for them to impose an income ceiling on them because they hear stories about, if you're here to serve, you're not here to make money. Or you're not here to create abundance for yourself, you're here to serve. That's an income ceiling they impose on themselves without even knowing this. The first step, always, the first step to creating more money in your life is awareness and working out what is actually going on here. And I totally get that sometimes doing it on your own can be challenging. It's really good to be in a group. It's really good to have someone like a coach or a mentor who will be able to see this for you and show you, why is this happening? Show you your patterns. This is the important thing. Okay, the second thing when it comes to income ceiling and how to deal with it is capacity. Very often the income ceiling comes because you're just so busy that you cannot do any more work. You know that you're already working 30 hours a week and you're making a certain amount of money a week. And if you, in your head, if you want to make more money, you have to work more hours. And it just doesn't sit well with you. And you just don't want to do it. If you don't want to do it, it will just not happen, right? So the income ceiling is still there and it's driven by your capacity. If you've worked with me or if you've been to my free webinars, you will know that I absolutely hate the term fully booked. It just drives me bonkers. Don't like it. I never ever want to be fully booked because of what it creates in my head, what feelings it gives me. A lot of people say this is their badge of honor to be fully booked. And this is the ceiling they create for themselves. And it's a very difficult one to break if they are not working on it, like if they are not intentionally paying attention to it and doing something about it. So if you think, if you've noticed that your income ceiling is driven by your capacity, I would invite you to look into your offer suite. Write down all of the offers that you've got at the moment that you offer your clients. Look into how much your clients are paying you. Look into how much time, how long it takes you to deliver, create, market, promote each of those offers. And then look into what you can improve. Because I can almost guarantee that with your offer suite, you will have things, you will have services that are not profitable and you can ditch them. You will have services that you are not enjoying and you can ditch them. So what you need to do, you need to recreate capacity in your life and in your business. And when you do it, things start almost like falling into place. You will start seeing, oh, this piece of a puzzle is not in the right place. I'll shift it to this place and then it works better. Your energy needs to go towards the things that are making you money and creating you joy, bringing you joy. And then the money flow will follow very, very quickly. And the income ceiling will be broken. But it will not happen unless you actually actively look into your offer suite and decide, this needs to go, this can stay, increase the price of that. No, make it work for you. A lot of people, a lot of clients that come to me, they've got an offer suite that works against them, very much against them. And uncovering this is like peeling an onion, right? This doesn't work, that doesn't work. Change this, change that. It's a trial and error very often, but find very quickly within 2-3 months, my clients come to the position where, okay, I've got an offer suite that I love, that gives me the money, that doesn't impose an income ceiling on me, and I'm ready to sell it. I'm ready to go with it out to the world. And that's the amazing position to be in. Okay, third thing to break your income ceiling is don't go for a quantum leap. I know quantum leap is something that is totally overused at the moment in the online space, and everyone is talking about 100K months after 2 months after starting your business. First of all, don't believe everything you see on the internet, okay? And secondly, 100K month doesn't mean they are paying themselves 100K either. So bear that in mind. But back to my point. If you want to increase your income ceiling or break your income ceiling completely, you need to do it incrementally. If you think about increasing it from 3K that you've got at the moment to 20K that you're aiming for, your nervous system will struggle. It's such a huge jump, it will shut down and it will not allow you to go to 20. What you need to do instead, from 3K, you need to go to 4 or 5 and then to 7. Obviously, those are just my numbers. So use the numbers that you're comfortable with that work for you. But create those incremental steps. Don't go for a huge jump, huge quantum leap, but instead, small steps. Remember, it all starts with first step. And those small steps will lead you to the big quantum leap you're after. It will just probably not happen overnight. It will take you a few months to sort it out. But it will be easier for you this way because you're not putting pressure on yourself and you're not deregulating your nervous system completely. People who I've worked with or I've seen online who have gone from making 3K to 100K very, very quickly, they tend to burn out very quickly as well. And they tend to fall out of love with their business because it's not their ideal scenario. I'm a huge fan of creating smaller incremental changes over a longer period of time and creating longevity in your business and creating a business model that is sustainable, because you will be able to deal with it so much better and so much easier, and it will serve you longer. It will be a lifestyle change rather than, oh, let's go from here to there and then collapse. So just to recap, the 3 things that will help you to break your income ceiling is, first of all, is watching out for the belief, working out the number that is your income ceiling, and watching out where is this number coming from, what belief is this connected to, and reframing that belief. Number 2 is looking into your capacity, looking into your offer suite and reframing, changing the offer suite so that the income ceiling can be broken very, very quickly. Number 3 is planning an incremental increase when it comes to your income ceiling. Numbers of clarity. Numbers loves, money loves clarity. Money loves to be told what to do. So if you create this incremental change, tell money, this is what we're doing this month. It will work with you so much better. So much better. Make sure you've got money on your side, okay? Make sure money is your friend. That's it for today. As I said, it's going to be a series of very short training videos, about 20-25 minutes. I can't speak for longer than 25 minutes because my throat just gives up, as you can already hear. But if you've got any questions, any comments, please leave them in a chat, in the comments here. I'll come back to all of them and make sure I answer them. And if you've got ideas about what would you like me to do a training on next time, feel free to DM me or leave a comment again here, and I'll get back to you and we'll get this sorted. Thank you so much and have a lovely day.